Look, I'm not yet a grandparent. I mean, it could happen. I got kids that could do that. But I've heard from other grandparents that it's one of the best things ever. You get to spoil your grandkids in a way that you cannot spoil your own kids. And I've got an interesting story today on the Lido Loca cruise show about a set of grandparents who are trying to spoil their grandkids, 2 teenage grandkids, with a cruise. But it's not working out. They're fighting over luggage. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Tony with the Lido Loca cruise show. Welcome back. Welcome to a new episode. If you like cruising, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of these shows. Here is the story, and it's an interesting source. I ran across a Dear Abby column. I didn't know that Dear Abby even still existed. When I was a kid, I just remember this advice columnist, Dear Abby, Abigail Van Buren. I had to do some research. I was like, how is this lady still writing columns? Well, it's not really one person. So Dear Abby, Abigail Van Buren, she had a whole different name. And this lady passed the torch on to her daughter, and now that lady is Dear Abby. That's a whole sidebar, but now you're caught up on Dear Abby lore. Okay, now you know the backstory of Dear Abby. But here's the real deal. A sweet cruise grandmother writes in and says, Dear Abby, I just shelled out 5,000 bones. I put down a lot of coins so that I could take my 15 and 16-year-old grandchildren on a cruise. I'm going to do this with my husband. We're older people. We're not the most nimble. And I laid down some ground rules. The lady says she wants to rent a compact car. She doesn't want to have to check luggage because of their physical limitations. So they said to the grandchildren, you can take one carry-on and a backpack. Now, I don't know how long the cruise is, but I've cruised with just a carry-on and a backpack. It's doable. And these were the ground rules that Grandma set down for her sweet little grandchildren. And almost immediately, the granddaughter said, no, Granny, I need more luggage than that. And Grandma said, but sweetie, we're not nimble. We have trouble carrying the luggage. We don't want to check the luggage. We're going to rent a compact car. And in addition to this sweet free cruise that you're getting, we're also going to take you to some theme parks. So sweetie baby honey child, could we just work on packing in a backpack and in a carry-on? And so, if you've ever raised teenagers, 15 and 16-year-olds, they can be a real joy. And look, most of the time that angst is pointed at their parents, but this lady is going full on at her grandma like, I cannot do it. I cannot pack in just a backpack and a carry-on, Grandma. You're out of your old lady mind. I don't know if she used those words. I'm ingratiating a little bit. I'm taking a little poetic license, but I've had some conversations with 15 and 16-year-olds, and sometimes they sound like that. You know it. You've been 15 and 16. You've had those kind of conversations. So, look, the grandmother, she appeals to the parent, hey, I'm taking your kids, her son, I think, I'm taking your kids on a cruise, and they're being unreasonable. And being a good son, he gets his kids in line. He explains to them how to have an attitude of gratitude, to be thankful that their grandparents are taking an interest. No, he doesn't do that. He says, look, Mom, you're out of control. If the kid wants to take 5 suitcases, she should be able to take 5 suitcases. And if you keep mouthing off, Mama, I'm not even going to let the kids go. I didn't see that one coming. I did not. Maybe I'm just old school, but if somebody does something nice for you and they got a little bit of a ground rule, just do it, man. Just follow those ground rules. And if you are trying to be the go-between between your kids and your parent, you got to find a better way to do it than this guy did. Sometimes you try to be nice and it just doesn't pay off. What do you think? Is this cruise granny hassling her grandchildren unnecessarily? Is the son out of line? Dear Abby said the son's out of line. But look, Dear Abby's an old school construct. This is the modern age. What do you guys think? Let's jump in the comments and say who's right and who's wrong. Wow. Kids, a blessing from above. Indeed. Thanks so much for stopping by the Lido Loca cruise show. My name's Tony, and until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.